Some people live their entire lives blending into the background, following routines, rules, and expectations without ever noticing the patterns others miss. But then there are those rare souls, the ones who feel deeply, think clearly, and see what others overlook. You don't just navigate the world. You perceive it on levels most cannot reach. Your mind and energy operate differently, quietly separating you from the crowd. You may have felt it before, the moments when your insight leaves others unsettled, or when solitude feels more natural than conversation. Perhaps you've noticed your presence shifts the room even when you say nothing. These are not accidents. They are signs of an extremely rare personality. In this video, we'll reveal the 5 unmistakable markers that set you apart from ordinary minds, the traits that make you unique, magnetic, and sometimes misunderstood. If you resonate with this, comment below with the one trait you recognize in yourself, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the rarest minds and awakened souls. 1. You feel intensely, yet think with detachment. There's a quiet storm inside you. Emotions crash like waves, fierce and unrelenting, yet somehow you never let them sweep you away. Most people live in extremes, either consumed by what they feel or frozen by what they think. But you exist in both worlds at once. You feel with the depth of an ocean, yet observe with the clarity of a hawk soaring high above. When others are blinded by anger, envy, or desire, you see the currents beneath, the hidden motives, the unspoken intentions, the cracks in people's facades. You understand the chaos of emotion without being dragged into it. You carry empathy, yes, but not at the cost of judgment. Your heart is open, yet your mind is anchored. This duality is both a blessing and a curse. People are drawn to your depth because they sense wisdom, yet intimidated by your composure because it reflects the fragility they refuse to see in themselves. They can't comprehend how someone can feel so profoundly and yet remain untouchable, like a flame contained in crystal. It's not that you're cold. You simply refuse to be controlled by what the world insists should control you. Your emotions are a tool, not a leash. Every joy, every sorrow, every pang of desire becomes data, insight, power. You study yourself as rigorously as you study others, decoding the interplay between feeling and reason. There's an alchemy in this, the rare ability to transmute raw emotion into clarity, to let intensity fuel strategy, passion guide logic. You see patterns in chaos, opportunities in conflict, lessons in heartbreak. While most are lost in the storm, you stand at the center unshaken, seeing all angles with precision. But this power comes at a price. Isolation becomes inevitable because most cannot bear the intensity you radiate. They see your detachment as arrogance, your depth as coldness. Few have the courage to meet you at the same level. They want the surface, the casual, the easy. You offer nothing less than authenticity, and that alone separates you from the masses. Yet, this is not loneliness. It's sovereignty. It is the mark of someone rare. To feel intensely yet think with detachment is to hold a mirror to the world while remaining untouchable by its reflection. It is a quiet rebellion against mediocrity, a refusal to let life's noise dictate your inner equilibrium. If you recognize this in yourself, know that it is not a flaw. It is your rarest strength. You are the observer in the chaos, the calm in the storm, the mind that sees what others miss. And this is only the beginning. 2. You reject social conditioning without question. From a young age, you notice the threads, invisible rules, expectations, and patterns that society weaves around everyone. But while others blindly follow, you instinctively question. You don't need rebellion to reject the script. You simply see it as irrelevant. Norms, trends, and social customs carry no weight for you unless they resonate with your inner truth. You walk through a world dictated by conformity, yet move untouched by its mandates. Where others see boundaries, you see suggestions. Where they seek approval, you seek alignment with your own compass. This awareness is subtle, yet potent. People notice your dissonance without understanding its source. You might nod politely at tradition, follow rituals without passion, or even participate in routines, but it is never obedience. Every action passes through an internal filter of authenticity. If it doesn't serve your growth, it's discarded. If it aligns, it's embraced without hesitation. This doesn't make you defiant. It makes you rare. Most fear freedom because freedom requires responsibility, thought, and consequence. You don't avoid consequence, you meet it with clarity. You refuse to let inherited beliefs, collective fears, or social pressure dictate your life. The world often responds with confusion, judgment, or hostility. People expect compliance, predictability, and unquestioning behavior. When they encounter someone who filters the world through a personal compass, they react defensively. You are misread as arrogant, selfish, or strange, when in truth you are simply sovereign. Every choice you make is measured against an internal standard, not a societal one. You filter opportunities, relationships, and obligations through what feels aligned and true. This instinctive discernment allows you to avoid traps most don't even see, the subtle manipulations, the empty traditions, the performative rituals. You move in the world like a shadow in light, present, aware, untethered. But this detachment is not isolation, it is discernment. It is the ability to live fully without being enslaved by external expectation. While others scramble to fit in, you navigate life as a rare current, flowing where resonance exists and flowing around the rest. The cost is subtle but real. Many cannot handle your independence. They want a mirror, someone who reflects their insecurities and comforts. You refuse to be a mirror. Your alignment makes them uncomfortable, and that discomfort often turns into judgment. Few can walk beside you without feeling challenged. Yet this is precisely why you are rare. The ability to reject social conditioning without question is not arrogance, it is mastery. It is the conscious choice to live by principle, not habit. It is to observe the world's chaos, see the strings, and choose your own path without hesitation. If you recognize this in yourself, know it is a mark of sovereignty, not isolation. Your path will not be popular, easy, or understood, but it is necessary. Those who cannot walk with you will fall away, and those who resonate will find a depth of connection impossible elsewhere. You reject the rules that are not yours to follow, and in doing so, you become the rare individual who navigates life according to truth alone, untouchable, free, and quietly unstoppable. 3. You thrive in solitude, not crowds. Crowds exhaust you. Social obligations, small talk, and the relentless demands of connection feel heavy, almost suffocating. While most people seek constant interaction to validate their existence, you discover life in silence, in the space where the world quiets and clarity emerges. Solitude isn't loneliness for you. It is the environment where your energy regenerates and your mind sharpens. In the stillness, you confront yourself, your desires, fears, and shadows, and emerge stronger, wiser, more aligned. Where others see emptiness, you see possibility. Where they feel abandoned, you feel empowered. Every moment alone becomes a mirror. You witness the subtle movements of your own consciousness, thoughts unfiltered, emotions unmasked, truths unspoken. In this space, insight is amplified. You notice patterns, understand motives, and perceive reality with a depth that crowds could never offer. It is a laboratory for your inner alchemy. Your solitude allows you to recharge not just physically, but spiritually. The noise of the world, gossip, distractions, superficial interactions no longer hijacks your focus. You reclaim your energy, your attention, and your presence. Every interaction outside of this sacred space becomes deliberate, not reactive. This preference is misunderstood. People mistake your distance for arrogance, your introspection for coldness. They see absence and assume rejection, when in truth, it is preservation. You have discovered that your energy is sacred, that connection without alignment is draining, and that peace cannot be negotiated. Crowds demand conformity. They thrive on performative participation. You participate only when necessary, only when it resonates. The rest is observation. You watch, you absorb, you learn, without surrendering yourself to the chaos around you. And from this vantage point, you see the world more clearly than anyone in the crowd ever could. In solitude, creativity blossoms. Ideas form in the quiet. Insights arrive uninvited, and solutions appear where none seemed possible. Your mind thrives without interruption. Your spirit expands, unbound by the weight of collective expectations. This is your sanctuary, your laboratory, your playground. Yet solitude is not mere escapism. It is strategy. It is mastery. The rare individual knows that power is not in constant visibility, but in presence with purpose. You do not scatter your energy across shallow interactions. You conserve it, elevate it, and deploy it intentionally. Those who cannot understand this will try to pull you back into noise, insisting that interaction validates worth. But you know better. Your worth is internal. Your clarity is cultivated in the quiet. Your growth is forged in the absence of distraction. By embracing solitude, you become untethered. Your decisions are not influenced by crowd pressure. Your emotions are not swayed by collective hysteria. Your path is yours alone, illuminated by insight and not by applause. This is why you thrive where others merely survive. Crowds are loud. They are reactive, superficial, and draining. Silence is potent. It is a tool, a teacher, and a friend. You harness it, cultivate it, and let it shape your evolution. And in that evolution, you are rare. Few can endure the intensity of self-reliance, the depth of reflection, the courage to stand alone. Yet in solitude, you find freedom, clarity, and a strength unmatched by any collective. You thrive in solitude because there is nothing to distract you from truth, nothing to dilute your energy, nothing to diminish the rare, radiant force that lives within, a force that expands, evolves, and illuminates in the absence of noise. 4. You see patterns others miss. Life to others is chaos. Noise, randomness, coincidence. They stumble through it blindly, reacting to whatever surfaces in the moment. But you, the rare observer, perceive the hidden structure beneath the storm. You see the threads connecting actions, decisions, and outcomes, even when others insist on seeing only fragments. Every interaction, every choice, every event is data, not in a cold, mathematical sense, but in a living, breathing tapestry. You sense repetition, consequence, and rhythm where others see only happenstance. Motivations become visible. Hidden agendas appear in subtle gestures. Loops and cycles reveal themselves as if life itself is trying to teach you through patterns. This ability isolates you. People misinterpret your insight as intuition or luck, never realizing that you have learned to read the invisible architecture of life. While they chase surface results, you understand the why behind every effect, the subtle forces shaping behavior, and the underlying currents pulling them unknowingly. Your perception isn't just cognitive, it is energetic. You feel connections before they manifest, sensing the flow of cause and effect as if time itself whispers to you. A conversation, a glance, a reaction, these small vibrations carry volumes. Where others see randomness, you see design. Where they feel confusion, you sense trajectory. Patterns aren't static. They are dynamic, fluid, and sometimes concealed beneath layers of social norms, personal biases, and collective delusion. Yet your consciousness pierces these veils. You recognize repeated human errors, societal cycles, and the unconscious scripts everyone around you unknowingly follows. You see the invisible choreography of existence. This clarity grants you a kind of foresight, but it also isolates. Most cannot grasp the subtlety of what you see. They act impulsively, believing in spontaneity and chance, while you move with intention, guided by the web of connections that others overlook. People call it intuition, precognition, or luck. You know it is simply awareness sharpened to an edge few can wield. There is a responsibility in seeing patterns. You cannot unsee the truth of repetition, the inevitability of cause and effect, or the shadows of manipulation that play out endlessly. You witness cycles that others ignore. Self-sabotage, societal decay, personal deception. Knowledge becomes burdened with the awareness of consequence, and you carry it with the quiet discipline of the rare. Yet this perception is power. With understanding comes choice. Where others are trapped by ignorance, you navigate life with precision. You anticipate outcomes, prepare for contingencies, and maneuver in alignment with unseen currents. Opportunities present themselves when others stumble blindly. Threats appear before they manifest. Insight becomes survival, foresight becomes strategy, and awareness becomes an unspoken advantage. The rare person who sees patterns others miss is not content with superficiality. Chaos does not intimidate. It informs. Complexity does not confuse. It instructs. Every detail becomes a piece of a larger puzzle. Life ceases to be random, and mastery of pattern becomes mastery of self, relationships, and circumstance. But this clarity comes at a cost. Others may perceive you as strange, aloof, or prophetic. Your observations unsettle them because they expose the blind spots they cannot face. They misread your awareness as judgment, skepticism, or superiority. Yet you do not explain. You observe, you learn, and you act, quietly, deliberately, and effectively. Seeing patterns others miss is not a gift in the ordinary sense. It is a lens through which the rare perceive the world's hidden structure. It sharpens insight, magnifies intuition, and transforms understanding into power. While the masses wander in confusion, you navigate with clarity, foresight, and precision. And in that clarity, you are unmistakably rare. Few can endure the burden of noticing what others overlook, of discerning the invisible connections that define life's outcomes. Yet this is the terrain where you thrive, the quiet, unseen web where intuition, intelligence, and consciousness converge, and where the world's hidden rhythms reveal themselves only to those willing to truly see. 5. Your presence alters the room. Some people enter a space and blend into the background. Others carry noise, energy that either takes or appeases, but always superficially. You are neither. When you walk into a room, even without a word, the atmosphere shifts. Subtle, undeniable, and magnetic, your presence is felt before it is understood. It is not about dominance or performance. You do not command through volume, gestures, or attention-seeking. Your influence is quieter, deeper, almost imperceptible, yet it resonates. People unconsciously adjust their energy around you, revealing themselves in ways they wouldn't with anyone else. Curiosity flickers in their eyes. Respect arises without effort. Discomfort surfaces in those who sense they cannot hide their true selves. Your aura is like gravity. It pulls, repels, and organizes the space around you. Conversations slow or sharpen. Movements adjust, tensions either soften or crack. Those attuned to energy sense it immediately. They cannot explain why, but they feel the difference. You disrupt the ordinary simply by existing authentically, by being aligned with a rare frequency that only a few carry. This effect is subtle but undeniable. It is in the pause that follows your gaze, the silence that draws attention, the calm that anchors chaos. People may try to fill the space to assert themselves, but you are unmovable. They speak, but you influence without speaking. They act, but you redirect without force. The room bends to the rhythm of your presence. There is power in this rarity. Some fear it because it exposes what they hide: insecurity, pretension, unconscious motives. Others are drawn to it, seeking guidance, insight, or simply the feeling of being in alignment with something beyond the ordinary. You do not court either reaction. It arises naturally because authenticity cannot be faked. Your presence alters more than the physical room. It reshapes social dynamics, emotional currents, and subtle hierarchies. Leaders, influencers, and manipulators feel it. They sense that here is someone not bound by the rules, someone not easily swayed, someone who cannot be read or predicted by ordinary measures. You are a quiet force, a living anomaly in a world that prizes conformity. This awareness can be isolating. Few can handle the resonance you bring. Some admire silently, some envy quietly, others feel discomfort they cannot articulate. It is a sign of rarity, not of arrogance. Your energy is rare because it is undiluted, untrained by social expectation, and aligned with your authentic frequency. In practice, this means you move through life differently. People unconsciously respond to your energy before they respond to your words. Decisions, moods, and alliances shift subtly in your orbit. You may notice micro adjustments, a change in tone, posture, or glance, all signaling the influence you wield without intending to. This is the rarest form of power, silent, unavoidable, and effortless. Understanding this is a responsibility. Your presence is not a tool for manipulation, but a reflection of alignment with your inner truth. To wield it consciously is to maintain integrity, clarity, and purpose. Those who sense your energy deserve respect, just as your own energy demands protection from the unaligned, the envious, and the manipulative. In essence, your presence is an expression of your uniqueness. It is a living statement. You are not ordinary, and the world cannot ignore you. The rare frequency you carry resonates, transforms, and influences, simply by existing authentically. To be someone whose presence alters the room is both a gift and a burden. It isolates, yet it attracts. It commands attention, yet it requires discipline. It distinguishes you from the mass, yet it anchors you in yourself. And in that rare space where authenticity meets influence, you thrive in ways most will never understand, the unmistakable mark of an extremely rare personality. Being an extremely rare personality is not about fame, attention, or external validation. It is about alignment with your own mind, heart, and energy. You feel deeply yet think clearly, reject societal conditioning without question, thrive in solitude, notice patterns others miss, and carry a presence that naturally alters every room you enter. These traits set you apart, not by choice but by nature. This rarity can feel isolating. Few will truly understand the intensity of your inner world. Many will misinterpret your independence, your clarity, or your silence as arrogance or detachment. Yet the solitude you embrace, the boundaries you maintain, and the energy you protect are not weaknesses. They are your survival, your power, and your freedom. Recognizing your rarity is only the beginning. The next step is to embrace it fully, live intentionally. Move through life with the awareness that your presence, your thoughts, and your actions ripple far beyond what most can perceive. Protect your energy, honor your intuition, and act with purpose. The world may resist, misunderstand, or fear your uniqueness, but your growth, clarity, and influence cannot be contained. To possess a rare personality is to carry both a gift and a responsibility. Your life becomes a quiet force, unseen by most, felt by all who cross your path. It is a life lived intentionally, authentically, and in alignment with the rare frequency that defines you. If you resonate with this truth, comment below and share your experiences. Subscribe to continue exploring the power, awareness, and transformation that comes with being one of the rare few who live beyond ordinary limits.